Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Club Junkie podcast. Excuse me. It's another Thursday. We're beyond Labor Day, which means I guess summer's over. So it's never a good sign that summer's over. It's supposed to get cool here in the Midwest, at least around Detroit. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop golfing because even though it's fall and it's football season, we still got some golf to play. Still got a lot of things to hit, and the season, I'm not letting it go yet. Not letting it go yet. So before we get into today's episode, just want to let you know today's episode brought to you by Titleist and the brand new T-Series irons. So if you haven't gone and hit the new T-Series irons, the T100, 150, 200, 350, please go do so. You owe yourself to go hit the new irons. Absolutely phenomenal lineup. But Titleist did a great job. Enhanced feel, enhanced turf interaction, more consistent looks for easier blended sets. I went and did a Titleist fitting over locally here at the famous Carl's Golfland. It was a great time, had a fun time, got to hit all the irons from 100 to the 350, the utility irons. I got to hit it all, and it was a ton of fun. My fitter all those fitters, super smart, super fun. They were just, excited to get product in people's hands. Had a lot of fun hitting them, and learned a lot about the new irons as well. The big thing that stood out for me is just performance. Like, these things just perform. They feel good, they look great, which you'd expect from Titleist, but they flat out perform. I was fitting to the T150, and I actually did a blended set T200 4 and 5 iron, T150 6-through pitching wedge, and I tell you what, you've heard me on previous podcasts just kind of raving about the irons so far. I've played exceptionally well with them. They feel great. I love the look of them, and I'm getting a little more forgiveness, a little more distance out of both sets. So really a great setup. So if you haven't gone and hit them again, like I said, please go hit the new T-Series irons. There's one for you from, like I said, 100 to 350. There's something there for you, and it's been awesome. So I've had a lot of fun with them. I've played some really good golf, and excited to play some more this year with them. So go to Titleist.com to learn more about the T-Series irons and to schedule your fitting today. So yeah, we've got, as I said, Labor Day's over. It's a bummer. It's always the end of summer. We took some jet skis and stuff out of the water at the parents' place, and it was a sad time leaving, knowing that was kind of the last, summer weekend. Well, I'm still going to go down and got some stuff to do in terms of still getting, things done around that place, but kind of a bummer. But I did go down, played some golf, all that, and had a great Labor Day. It was a lot of fun. Got to hang out with most of my family. Fortunately, my youngest brother wasn't able to make it with his family, but my other brother and then a friend of ours and their kids and everything went down. We had a packed house. It was a blast. We hung out. All the kids had a great time, and yeah, we just hung out in the water, had a good time, and then went out and played, and didn't play well. I played actually. The funny thing is, I played terrible, but at least my score wise. But it really was all, like, for the most part, the back nine. I shot a 92, which is horrible, but I shot a 43 in the front. Hit the ball really well in the first few holes. I had a couple, little mistakes here and there, and then in the back nine, I just made an absolute mess of 10 and 11, and then absolutely made a mess of 14, which is 14 is like the easiest hole in the course. But 14, I started out on a par 4, and I went triple double, and then I ended up making an 8 on 14, which is a quad. But I hit 2 balls OB, and then dropped, played from there, and it was just, after that point, you hit 2 OB off the tee, and you're pretty much SOL. So I hooked one left, and it went like just out of bounds. I found the ball. You couldn't hit it. It was so wrapped up in, long grass and in the tree roots and stuff like that. You couldn't hit it, but I did find it. It was only, realistically less than a foot out of bounds. It was less than that, but I couldn't hit it. And then my provisional, after I drew that one and I watched it kind of roll in, I pretty much knew it was toast. Hit my provisional and overcorrected and just flared it way right. And we never found that one, so that wasn't great. So then I just went up, dropped, took the penalty there, and then proceeded to play the rest of the hole, and that was kind of a rough go. So, but other than that hole, I hit driver actually pretty well. I just for whatever reason just couldn't get it done with that one there. And then in the next hole, 15, the par 5, I hit a pretty good drive. So it was like I just, had a couple bad holes, and it just was a rough go on the back nine. So everything was, I hit it pretty well. I mean, I hit a lot of decent iron shots. I was out there with the new Mizuno wedges, which I want to hit. I had the 56 out there. I have a 56 and a 58. They sent in a bunch of wedges, but unfortunately, like the 60, I think they sent in like a super low bounce, like 4-degree bounce, like type 60. That's just, I don't know if I can play it. I think it's going to dig too much, but the 58 V grind is something I definitely want to hit. So I've got the 56S that I played that 18 with. I'm going to go play with that again tonight. And then I'm going to play with that 58. So I'm going to have a weird little setup where I'm going to go 56, 58, which is a little funky, but I want to go play them. So I'm going to bring both those out tonight into the league. And then the other thing I was playing was the brand new, or my built-up Fujikura Axiom shafts. Had those built up, into the i230. So I had those, the Ping i230s, had that set built up and playing. And I do have to say, really, really, really good. I was really impressed with how well this combo has worked out. For whatever reason, when I had them built up before, they were playing in those Vega Mizar Tours, which I love those heads. I'm going to put another set of shafts in there because I was just looking at them. The heads are sitting on my workbench. And I really want to build something up with them because I think they're phenomenal heads. But for whatever reason, them and the Axioms were not gelling very well. But these ones here, definitely a vast improvement in the combination between shaft and head. But these things here was hitting these things really, really well. And to be honest, the nice thing is the Axiom shaft kind of softens up the feel of these a touch. And these aren't horrible, but I mean, like all Pings, I don't think Ping is ever going to be known as like the softest feeling iron in the world. So these were just a touch firmer, these i230s. Add the Axiom shaft to them, and definitely something that has softened them up just a bit. But I played with them on last Thursday, and then I took them out again over the weekend. And just hit some really good shots with them. Hit a really good 6-iron into the par 5 on the back 9 at St. Clair Shores, giving myself an eagle putt, which I promptly left short. And then hit these at Bella Vista as well, and again hit some really, really good shots of them. Stuff that was bad swings that stayed really, really online. Just stayed really online, even though they weren't the best swings. There was stuff like on 7, which is the kind of sneaky par 3 that little bit uphill. You always have to take a little extra club. It seems like it's always a slight bit into the wind. So even though it was like, I think we lasered at 173, you play it like 185, 180. And hit 5-iron up there, and I was basically there's a little ridge that comes up, a little hill that goes up to the green, and it just hit there and kind of rolled back, but it was just right of the flag, and I hit that one, didn't even feel like I really flushed it, still got it almost onto the green there, which I felt was a really good shot, and actually made par there. It got up and down, and it was a pretty solid hole. One of the few, but no, hit these things really well and have been really, really impressed with them. I think they've definitely been, as I said, a big improvement over the previous combo. And now these are definitely giving the the Titleist a little run for the money there in terms of irons I really like. I mean, these things here, where they don't have the feel or the look, they definitely offer plenty of forgiveness and a lot of. They make your bad shots better, and the T150 do that as well, but not to the amount that these i230s do. So if it's a bad day when you're not swinging well, it's tough to go against the i230s. Whereas if you're swinging a little better, the T150 tend to be the better option. The T152 I hit a little bit higher. These come out just a hair flatter than the 150, and then also between steel fiber and Axiom, the Axiom you definitely have to remember to release the club. If you kind of hold off a bit, whatever, try to protect yourself from the left with them, you're going to get a shot that's right at target. They need to be squared up. You need to the amount of stability in the tip with the velo core, all that. If you don't forcefully kind of square them up and make sure you hit that thing straight, you're going to miss that ball to the right a little bit. And it's nothing horrible. It's not like you're slicing it, whatever. But those, it does feel like the Axioms definitely protect you kind of from that left side a little bit. At least they have for me. I feel like I have to consciously release the club, and it's something I don't do, because I hit it left a lot, and that's my miss, and I get scared kind of, forcefully trying to get that thing to turn over, and you have to do it with these. And so it's a little bit of an adjustment if you go and hit some Axioms, you take them out of the course, or even out of the range, whatever. If you're hitting them at a dealer, it's something that I think it takes a few swings to get used to, and once you do and you can trust it, it's really good. It's just, if it's something that you don't do, it definitely is a little bit of adjustment period. So really liking that combo. I think it's a really solid. It enhances the feel a little bit of those heads. I think for me, coming from the Modus 105s in there, this thing, the Axiom, launches just a little bit higher, and it does have a little bit of spin, stops on the green really, really well, even out of the rough, the balls that come out of there. Now, I don't play super deep rough anywhere between St. Clair Shores and Bella Vista. Those two courses don't really have, crazy deep rough. I mean, you may run into like a small patch somewhere, but usually it's up around that's up around the green, and you're wedging it out anyway, or wedging it onto the green. So anything that you're hitting, a mid iron or something like that into a green, you're typically not playing too deep or rough. So balls out of the rough, all that have spun really well, and they stop really, really fast on the green. So distance control has been really good, and distance overall has been really solid. I didn't notice, sometimes you get graphite shafts in some certain heads, and you almost notice like more, a few extra yards, something like that. With the 230s, I haven't really noticed a big difference in terms of adding distance or anything like that. They've been really consistent. Yardages have kind of stayed what they are. 7 irons 160, maybe 165. It's hot and you're juiced in that, but for the most part, all my yardages and that have stayed the same, which is nice. Just a little bit more stability, a little better mishits, and definitely a better combo than like those 230s. I hit the 105s and I liked them a lot. I played them pretty well, and then these have just been a better option, and it's just a better combo that I've hit before. So really impressed with those. Really like them, and they're definitely going to get a little more time. And I think going into next year, because both the i230 and the T150 are both going to be irons going into next year, I'm definitely going to be kind of hitting both, and they're both going to get a lot of playing time. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see which one there. And then I always do an end of the year what's in the bag, so we're going to see what wins out. I'm going to have to get out. I'm going to get out more. I mean, my end of the year what's in the bag is still a little ways away, because even though it is, now September and all that, I'm still, I'm playing tonight. I'm going to try to play this weekend. I'm going to try to play, I think even when my league ends, I'm going to still try to go and play on like Wednesday nights or whatever. So I'm going to play as much as I can and still get a bunch of rounds in before we actually call it quits and it actually gets too cold here. And then for most people, it may be too cold. I'm still going to go play. So, well, you guys have seen me over the years that I went and played, and it's been 35, 40, 40 degrees. 40 is about my limit, so I guess 35 is a little bit of an exaggeration. But, 40 degrees, 45 degrees, I'm going to go play. We're going to layer it up a little bit, and we're going to go swing the sticks. So I'm not done. I'm not going to let it be done. I just don't want to think about winter yet. I don't want to think about shoveling snow and not being able to play and all that. I want to try to play every month next year and this year. I don't know if I got through, because I don't know if I didn't play in January, I don't think. Oh, no, I did. I played January 2nd. So I think I didn't play in February. I don't think. I'd have to go back and think. I don't know if I'm going to make it this year in terms of full 12 months playing, or at least one round in every month. But again, we're going to try to get it done this year and see if we can play. I'm enjoying playing. I like playing the game, and not that I'm playing amazing golf or anything like that. I don't feel like I'm ready to quit yet. So, but the i230, the Ping i230, Fujikura Axiom 105 stiff, so far been a very, very good experiment that I've really liked. So, that there, I know that it was a little bit of time in the making, but I also had to order the ferrules and all that, because you can do a set of Ping irons with regular ferrules, but honestly, it just makes your life a whole lot easier if you just go order the actual Ping collared ferrules off like Golf Works or something like that. So it just it makes everything square up a little bit easier, everything goes together a little bit better, and then also you don't have to, there's no, like this one, there's no ferrule turning, anything like that. Now, there are a couple different ferrules on GolfWorks for Ping irons. I think I got the G. Oh man, I can't remember what they were. I have to look them up. But there's two different sizes. These are like a hair tiny. Like they're like a fingernail width tiny, smaller than the actual hosels. So didn't have to turn them. They fit pretty perfectly. And if you look, there's maybe like just, I mean, if you run your finger, it would maybe just catch by a hair. But there was a slightly bigger outside diameter version, and I went with kind of the middle of the road because I don't know if I didn't either have the measurement or what, but I just ordered them, and they still ended up looking really, really good. So the build came out fine. They looked really good, but played those a lot, and then I've been impressed with them. So these and the T150s are going head to head. Maybe I'll do a little launch monitor session or something like that and see kind of what the differences are between the two. But right now, it's going to be a tough battle between T150 with the steel fiber 110s and the i230s with the 105 stiffs. So a whole lot of the Axiom 105s. So going to be a lot there. And then I'm going to hit T24s, Mizunos again tonight. I'll probably talk about those next week, as well as I have the brand new Graphite Design Tour AD VF shaft that I just built up. I know a lot of people are super excited to hear about that one. That'll be next week as well. I just got that thing built up, so I'm going to play with it tonight. Play with it this weekend. At least get 27 holes in it, and then talk about it. Maybe even go to the range and hit some balls with it as well. So that is built up. I have a tip put on it. It's ready to go. I don't know what head I'm going to put it in. I'm probably going to put it in the TSR2, just because I've been hitting that kind of the best so far this year. I'll probably put it in that. But we're going to go through and I'll hit that here as well. So that is on the list of things to hit, along with a bunch of other things. So working on a few other products as well, and a few other pieces that I'm working on. So we're going to have plenty of stuff to hit throughout the rest of the year. And it was a good weekend. So the other thing that I've been messing with that I know a lot of people are interested in is not a golf club, but it is a golf bag, and it is the new Titleist LINKSLEGEND Member Bag. And I probably should have taken out some of the golf balls and stuff that are in here to put it on. And if you're watching this on YouTube, which if you search Golf to VRX Radio, you can. And also if you've seen me post this on Instagram at Club Junkie Pod, this is the brand new LINKSLEGEND Member Bag Members Bag from Titleist. And the LINKSLEGEND stuff is the kind of high-end premium materials, and kind of classic design. And I'm going to try to kind of get this into view here, but it's a very kind of high-end, nice staff bag. And all right, I'm done with that. I'm trying to get it on there, but very nice staff bag they made, kind of, as I said, higher end, and they try to blend kind of modern technology with very classic and traditional design. And it's a synthetic leather build, so the whole thing is synthetic leather, looks like leather, kind of feels like leather from the outside. And even though I don't know if I know what exactly real leather feels like, I don't own a bag that's real leather. I don't even know if I own shoes that are real leather anymore. It seems like everything's synthetic. But really nice synthetic leather. I went with the burgundy color just because I wanted something a little different. They offered a really cool green, but I've got a Vessel VLX bag that's in kind of a hunter green or dark green. But they also offer a traditional black, gray, white, and a navy as well. So you can get kind of any of those colors there. And then they make so this is the members bag. They make a classic members bag that I think is just a hair bigger in terms of the pockets on it. And then they make a classic caddy bag, which is the lightest weight out of the three, a little bit smaller, and I think it's got slightly different pockets on it. But the one thing I like about this bag, so I've had that VLX from Vessel. I've really liked it. I think it's a great bag. It's really well built. It's definitely my travel bag when I go anywhere. Like if I travel somewhere and go to out for media events, stuff like that, I always bring that bag because it's small, compact. It's easy to pack away in a travel bag, all that, and I really liked it. I've owned it for a few years now. It's been really, really solid. But this one here, the one thing I do like, there's a couple things that I like about it, but a couple of things that I like that are, I think, big improvements, and I haven't seen the VLX 2.0. They make a 2.0 now. My bag is a few years old. They've got a 2.0 now that's a little different. I haven't looked into the big differences, and I haven't seen the 2.0 bag. But a couple of things that the Lynx Legend bag that I do like, it's got a full length pocket on the kind of right side. I guess if you're looking at the back side of the bag with the handle and everything, it's got a full length, like apparel pocket or large pocket, where my VLX has just kind of like two half pockets. I like carrying like, a sweater. I'll put this here. I like carrying like a sweater or rain jacket, something like that. I like bringing those things. And this pocket's big enough where you can put the rain cover for the bag, which does match the top of the bag. And you can get in here a jacket, vest, whatever. You can hold a bunch of different things. And then also all the zippers are kind of that waterproof kind of sealed zipper. They've got that kind of rubber that meets in the middle, which is kind of nice. So you don't have to worry about, if it does rain, anything like that. It is a water-resistant bag. It is not listed as waterproof. So if you get caught in the rain, whatever, your stuff should stay pretty dry in here, unless it's an absolute downpour. But that's really nice. I like having that. I'm a little bit of a pack rat, so I bring more stuff that I need, whether it's more golf balls, more tees, more clothing. I just kind of bring a lot of stuff, and I think that's just part of being in the Midwest, where it could be hot for the front nine and cold for the back, or vice versa, or it could rain, whatever. But I really like the full size pocket on the right hand side. The ball pocket, all that is pretty big. You can put quite a few golf balls in there. I've got golf balls and my notepad for my skins money for my league and all that in there. And then on the top, it's got kind of a velour lined pouch that you could put either I use it for tees and holding my remote for my Moto Caddy electric cart, but you could also use it for like a rangefinder or something like that. The magnetic closure on that thing's pretty tight. Like, it stays pretty darn tight. When it locks, it shuts. Now, it's a little less structured and a little smaller than the VLX one. The VLX kind of goes the whole width of the back pocket. This one's a little smaller than that, but the closure on it's super tight. Whatever you put in there is staying in. It's not going to rattle out or anything like that. The other thing I really like is it comes with two straps, so you can do either a single strap, which I have it on here now, which is really nice. It's got like the Titleist logo kind of embossed on it, and it's a really kind of supple synthetic leather. It's really soft. It's not. A lot of times you get bags and they're really stiff right out of the box. The straps are. This one here, super easy to carry, really comfortable, and it locks and then it attaches, and it comes with a dual strap, and they attach with metal actual clips. So they're metal clips that are spring loaded, and they just snap on. It's super easy to switch between. I've got a bag that was similar that had a dual strap system, and it was kind of a pain to put stuff on and off, and whatever strap system you're going to use, or you use the single, the double, whatever. This one is super easy, and it's like built really well. I mean, the metal on here is actually kind of like heavy. I thought it was gonna, when you hold these things on here, they're heavy duty metal. They should last for a long time, and they're kind of finished in like a black chrome, which looks kind of nice, matches a lot of the little small details on the bag. But I love that they made it super simple, super robust to switch out between double strap, single strap. And it's interesting because I had that VLX when I went out to Bandon Dunes, and it's a single strap bag. And the caddy there, I was kind of like, well, it's a single strap. And he was, they were basically four caddies. They were carrying two bags. And he was like, yeah, this is great. He's like, it's perfect. I'm putting it over one shoulder anyway, because I'm carrying on one side and carrying the other bag on the other. So the single strap is actually kind of nice. It is actually, I wouldn't say like refreshing to use, but it's kind of cool to use. And I don't use single strap a whole lot. Like, I'm usually putting my my bag on my push cart, but carrying it to and from the car and stuff like that, it's actually really nice. The single strap, double strap works really well. Very similar, super supple leather, really soft, molds really easily. It's not super stiff right out of the bag. And again, really easy to just swap between the two. So, if it's something where, you're going to the course and all of a sudden you're told that it's cart path only, and you're like, you know what, heck with it. I'm just going to be rocking I'm just going to walk. you can do that. It's pretty simple and easy to just swap out the straps, or just take the strap off completely if you're gonna, like, you're riding a cart and it just gets in the way. Just pop them off. I mean, it takes 30 seconds of that to pop off the straps and use it that way. It's got a nice grab handle at the top, right near the four-way opening. I love four-way openings. I hate 14-way dividers and stuff. Four-way top, so large well in the very top. Got a nice leather wrapped and stitched handle at the top here, and then two smaller side openings and a large lower one. So I usually go putter, driver, 3-wood at the top big one. Then I split irons between, I think, 7-wood, 4-iron, 5-iron in the one well, 6, 7, 8 in the other, and then 9 through lob wedge in the very bottom. So this bag here, it definitely is not like full size like my Callaway Fairway Plus that I use with my push cart. It's definitely a little bit smaller than that. If you're using really big grips, you might notice a little bit of binding at the bottom. I know when I was jamming in there a big Super Stroke wrist lock, that it did take up a little more space, and you notice that throughout the set as you were putting stuff in and out. A traditional putter grip, everything fits in there pretty much no problem. Is this a bag that I bring like 17 clubs plus to the range? Probably not. It's not quite that big, but for playing and using your 14 to 15 clubs, maybe an extra shaft or two, some alignment sticks, all that stuff is going to work really, really well in there. But that's pretty cool. The other thing is, I mentioned kind of the black chrome finishes. They're just kind of nice stuff. I mean, the towel ring is like a nice metal black chrome. It's got the little Titleist logo kind of etched in it. A little black chrome Titleist badge right near up near the top. It's kind of a square badge, and then of course it's got the Links Legend little square piece down right under the handle, where you can actually get that like monogrammed. If you buy one of these bags, you can send it off, and it's held on there with like really strong Velcro, and you can get that basically laser etched with like your initials or something like that in there. So I didn't do that on mine. I left it there because I wanted to do like the Club Junkie thing, but they can only do initials, so I kind of left it just the way it is. Then it's got the standard bag, kind of pouch on the other side where I stick my gloves, driver wrench, any of that stuff over there. And again, that one's kind of sealed, water resistant sealed. Hidden water bottle pocket that kind of is magnetic, so you open that bad boy up and it holds a what is my thing, like a standard water bottle pretty well. I was putting in like a stainless steel, it's a Golf the Beer X water bottle, fit perfectly fine. Nice quilted little pad for your back as you're carrying. And the other thing I really like about this bag is that the legs, the engagement in terms of out and in, really, really solid. They fling out, they stay out, and then when they retract, they snap back and retract all the way in. I know that's one thing about my vessel that I didn't necessarily love, is when you picked it up, the legs never felt like they went all the way back into the bag. They kind of stuck out a minute, and they would work their way back a little bit, but this thing, the engagement is out and in really quick, and it's really, really solid. So that's really cool. And then the other thing that I think is kind of stupid, but I guess if you're, somebody plays in like Arizona or Texas or, in Southern California, where you don't have to really carry an umbrella or really don't run into rough weather or anything like that, the umbrella setup on this is pretty solid, only because, or not only, but it's got a decent kind of like synthetic leather strap down in the bag, and then instead of having just the little like pull string that some of these lightweight bags have, it's got an actual like kind of leather strap up here. Just really solid for holding an umbrella, which, again, I know most people, if you live outside the Midwest or live in the southern part of the country, you probably never worry about, because you're probably not worrying about carrying an umbrella too often. But it is kind of nice to have that on there. So it definitely holds an umbrella better than just like the little drawstring, cinch string thing that always comes loose, and it's always flopping by the end of the round. This thing stays in place far, far better. So it's a nice thing to have for somebody who does carry an umbrella quite a bit. Overall, just a really, really nice bag. The one knock I will give it, it does not like to stay on my Moto Caddy cart very well. Where the legs kind of meet the cradle on it, and when I was using it there, it does shift a little bit. So it does shift, and it did turn by the end of the round, where like my Fairway Plus, which is built for push carts, doesn't do that. This one did move a little bit. On a standard cart, works fine. Carrying it, totally comfortable there, and it's honestly more lightweight. I was looking up as I was kind of pulling it up for looking at some of the specs and all that before this podcast. I was shocked that actually it weighs 5 pounds. It's 5.3 pounds. It doesn't feel like that at all. When I pulled it out of the box, I mean, it's heavy now because it's got golf balls and wrenches and all sorts of junk in it. But when I pulled it out of the bag, I was shocked at how light it was. It's extremely lightweight. I was blown away that it was 5 pounds. I would have thought it was one of those like 3.5s, something like that, because it just feels that light when it's empty. So really, like I said, 5 pounds, I feel like it plays lighter than that. But a really well built bag. I really like it. I think it looks really good. I like the burgundy color. I think I made a great choice in that. I'm just gonna have to find some head covers that kind of go with it, which I don't think it'll be too hard. I think you can do some cool stuff. I think like navy will look good with it, black, white, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of options. I think that'll look really good. So overall, really impressed with the bag. I like it a lot. I know a lot of people want to kind of compare it to some of the Vessel stuff. Like I said, compared to my VLX, I like this better. It's just a touch bigger, and it's bigger in the right spots where I can put, a rain jacket, a vest, or something like that, where I couldn't do with the VLX. I really like the leg action on this. It works really well. The umbrella holder's a little nicer. And, overall there's just a little bit more room in it for 14, 15 clubs, whatever you're going to bring. So I like that a lot. I think the synthetic leather, and then again, that strap system is just really robust, really well built. And, but it's still got little modern things. It's still got the little Sharpie slot there, but it's done in leather, synthetic leather instead of, fabric. So it's got those little touches that you're going to be able to store all your stuff with. It's got a valuable pouch that's nicely velour lined and all that. So if you can put your watch or whatever inside there, that magnetic pocket is velour lined. So that one's going to be something you could put some more delicate things in. But overall, just really well crafted bag. I think it looks fantastic. Everybody who's seen it so far has really liked it. They've said it looks really nice, and asked what it was, and they weren't familiar with the bag. They've definitely had some questions, but everybody's liked the color and all that. So it's been something that people have recognized, people have seen, and have been impressed with. So I've liked it a lot. I think it works really, really well. I think it's functional. It looks good. There's really, I guess if I had to find one gripe, I wish it was a little better for push carts. I wish that maybe there was a slightly different design for the legs, where they wouldn't sit right on the cradle of a push cart, and it was a little more friendly there. But other than that, I think it's a great bag, and it seems like it should hold up for a long time, and it seems like it should be really, really durable. So I don't see any wear on it yet from both my push cart, which has just kind of elastic straps that go over the top, and also now granted it's super early. I've only used it for 27 holes, but I don't see any. Or no, 27. I've used it for 36. And I don't see any marks from where the cart strap, a gas, electric riding cart, nothing there. So no markings on the synthetic yet. The one little kind of few little dirt things and all that have wiped right off. So there's nothing there in terms of wear yet after 36 holes. But no, it's been a solid bag. I've liked it. I think I'm gonna it's one of those I'm gonna continue using, to continuing being in the rotation there and used quite a bit. And who knows? We'll see. It might take over for the VLX. The VLX may become storage after this one, because it is just a little bit bigger, a little bit more storage, and I like that about it. So if you want to check out more, if you go to Titleist.com, they've got an actual, I think right on their site, if you go under gear, they've got a LINKSLEGEND series. So they have listed all there, has all the bags, and you can kind of look at all three of them and see. Actually, I technically there's four. I think there's a small Sunday carry bag as well. So those aren't my thing. I've got one of them, and I never used it. I hung it up, and I just never really go play half set type golf. So for me, I just don't use those things. And but the classic, the members bag, the classic member, and the caddy bag, I think are some great options that yeah, they're really cool. I really like it, and I think it's one of those that you'll see me using. It's probably too classy for me, but you're still going to see me rocking this thing. So, pretty excited to use it some more and find some head covers that match this one. It'd be pretty cool to do. I know this is so bougie, whatever, and have basically like the 3 bags that I really do use. Have like different head cover sets for each one would be kind of cool. So maybe we'll look into that down the road. I gotta get some Club Junkie head covers made because that is definitely high on the list. So that is the Titleist LINKSLEGEND bag. But like I said, really impressed with it and excited to keep using that thing. So yeah, as I told you earlier, I've got a few more things to play with, especially this week. I'm excited to get that VF out from Graphite Design. I know a lot of people are super interested in that. It's kind of their first low-mid launch, low-spin shaft they've done in a while, so I think people are really interested to see how that thing plays, so that'll be out there tonight. And yeah, Mizuno wedges have been, first impressions are really, really good. I'm liking them a lot, so it'll be great to get those out there. And yeah, that's those are the 2 things on the docket, and then got a few other things in the works. Got some different grips and some stuff like that. So, gonna be a good end of summer into fall kind of transition here and messing with stuff. So that's all I've got today. I know it's a little bit shorter of an episode, but I think that's okay. I think some of you get, I don't think everybody wants to listen to me ramble as long as we do. But that's all I've got this week. If you could, wherever you're listening the podcast on, please subscribe, like, all that jazz. It'd be great. It helps our algorithms out. You can watch it on YouTube if you want to see my ugly mug. If you go on YouTube, search Golf WRX Radio, and then also please follow me on Instagram at Club Junkie Pod. I'm almost I think I hit 9,000 or 9,000 followers, and then I think it dropped back down just under. So I want to get to 10 by the end of the year. And if we do 10 by the end of the year, we're gonna do some. We're going to do a cool giveaway of some sort. We're going to do something where we're giving away something fun. So we're going to get to 10. I know it. But anyway, everybody have a good week. Play some golf this weekend. Hopefully your football teams are doing all right. Michigan State's 1-0. Could be a rough year, but hey, we're 1-0. Take a win over Central. So have a good one, and we'll talk soon.